Hello and welcome. I am Stacey Thomas, author, ALS advocate, film producer, and talk show host. I'm here to motivate, educate, and entertain. Join me on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Stacey Thomas Talk Show, where we have powerful discussions centered around health, relationship, careers, and everyday conversation. Follow me on Facebook, I am Stacey Thomas, on Instagram, Stacey Thomas Talk Show. And don't forget, I can promote you too. Email me at iamstacythomas@gmail.com. Now, it's time for the show. Hey, everybody. This is I am Stacey Thomas, your host, of course. I'm about to say a bad word. Anyways, today I have another awesome individual coming on the show. What can I say? And don't you dare say, Stacey, why are you always bragging? I'm not bragging. I'm simply saying that God continues to bless me with guests that I'm supposed to share with you, because you, in turn, most of the time, it's not just me, you receive the blessing. All right. So tonight I'm going to welcome author Jasmine Tilman on the show. Hello.
Hey,
How are you, beautiful?
I'm great. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you for blessing my platform. You're quite interesting. So when we connected, people say Stacey likes to research, and I do. I like to know more about people because you want to know that you actually want to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Yeah.
be careful. So when I go on your page on Instagram, when I look at you on Facebook, so I'm thinking the only thing about you is Jasmine has this book called Divine that's making headlines, okay? But then I read that Jasmine is a multi-award winning author, three-time best-selling author, and you've been featured on the top 30 inspirational women internationally. Her notable nominations include Author of the Year, Woman on the Rise, Woman of Inspiration, and Woman of Influence. Young lady, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. And before we get into the book, I want to know, Jasmine, for those who don't know you, describe yourself to us as a writer and a storyteller. How did this come about?
Yes. Well, I've been writing for a very, very long time since I was a kid. My mom always I'm gonna always say this story. It's a very short, but my mom always tell this tale of how the teacher asked me to write a sentence. I don't know if I was in first grade. I don't remember which grade I was in, and I wrote an entire paragraph. I actually found the page. I wish I could have got it before our interview, but I actually found a page and I was going through my old stuff because I'm about to move,
Okay.
and yeah, so I've been writing for a while, but it's just it's so deep because I always had a passion for writing, but I did a lot of things because I got into my career when I was 22. I got serious about my career when I was 22. So from there, I just been, writing, creating, doing different things, just trying to just figuring out me and helping a lot of people along the way.
So when you started writing at a young age, because I know for me, I would sit around and I started reading a lot, right?
Okay.
And I would start to create my own stories, but never in my mind did I ever say I would write a book. So
Okay.
when you were writing, for some people, they just know early. Did you know you would become an author?
Yes, I actually, it's so, I always used to say, I want to write movies and turn them into books. I used to always say that. But when I got older, I was doing different things because I thought I had to make the money to be able to fund into my dreams. But boy, did I find out, whatever you do, it's going to be a lot of work behind it. So you might as well chase your dreams anyway. Well, I don't like saying chase anymore. I like saying, grasp your dreams. Yeah.
Grasp your dreams. I
Yeah.
love that. You
Thank
don't
you.
I saw an interview, well, a short interview that you did with someone else, and something really caught my attention because I wear a t-shirt that says fear blocks blessings, faith attracts blessings. And you said something really good about fear. Tell us, what is it? What's your thing about fear?
Yeah. So fear is an illusion. Everything like what I learned I don't know, like through the last, I want to say the last few months, the last few years. I'm gonna say the last few years, when I learned that everything is perception. Perception is reality. So it's only your perception that can stop you from achieving your greatest goals and your greatest aspirations that you obtain, that you want to obtain for yourself. That's just how I feel. So when we bring in fear, fear is natural, because when we was growing,
Right.
like from older days and stuff, we had to protect ourselves from we didn't, the animals, and when they was running around and stuff like that. So fear is natural, but when you tell yourself that you can't obtain something, or you tell yourself that, oh, I have to protect myself from this fear, or I have to protect myself from this obstacle that come along, you don't go through it. Like, you don't get through it because you want to be comfortable.
Right, right. Sometimes we get too comfortable, we get too complacent. We say we want things,
Yeah.
but we don't go after them. So when you wrote your book, your first book, did it ever cross your mind? Oh, will it sell? Will people like it? Or was it just something you decided you was going to do to please yourself?
Yeah, so when I this first book that I wrote, and I'm being completely honest because that's what I do. I wrote this to satisfy an audience,
Okay.
to get people's feedback, to be entertainment for people, but also teach lessons through the writing.
Right.
Because people want to learn the entertainment and everything. We got social media and stuff. I catch myself, like, so if something don't catch my attention in 5 seconds, I'm not gonna pay attention.
Wow.
So yeah, so I just like being real honest with myself, because if I'm not honest with myself, or anybody else, then who can, like, what we doing? Like, what we doing? That's how I feel.
So
Yeah.
you've been an associate producer
Yes.
for
Yes.
films?
Yep. So I was an assistant producer. I started off as a production. Okay, I started off as a production assistant for a film. We got picked up by the union. Oh, my mentor, his name is Deshaun Du Bois, amazing director. He actually shared this flyer. He's such an
Okay.
amazing, like, non-biased. So he's so dope. So he got picked up by the unions, actually on Amazon Prime as well, and Tubi. Ashes Never Rest. Yeah, his first film, independent film, got picked up by the union. And then I was a production associate, which I set up. I brought in the people, the entrepreneurs, to get interviewed in a space in downtown Atlanta. So they came down and got interviewed for live interviews. And then I was an assistant producer. That was my final role. But now I'm just doing, like, more of my own thing. But I was assistant producer for a fashion show. So I was a uh, production, producing, excuse me, coordinating the fashion shows, being an active liaison between the models, also artist showcases. I would recruit new artists to come and, work on and perform their live music and everything. So I've been doing some.
Wow. So are you gonna start producing your own films?
See, you ask the right questions, huh? Lately I've been seeing a lot of, oh, be quiet, because I always used to be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, but honestly, I can give you a little cherry right quick. The cherry at the bottom. You know how some people like their cherries at the bottom, get the cherry at the bottom, not the one at the top. No. So that's the goal. I have a lot of other things in store. Also, are you in Atlanta? I didn't
No, I'm
see
in
that.
Virginia, but I have
Okay.
come to Atlanta a few times. I'm coming back to Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Nice. Yeah, me too. My mom, she just, I got to talk about this every time. She just, when I first moved here, I didn't know how to maneuver around in traffic. So now she just got that in her head. That was 4 years ago. The traffic, I can't say it. I'm like, girl, I learned how to move around here. Like,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but I'm setting up my own vendor showcases for authors and everything. We got that. I sent over a proposal to a business partner, so we have that in motion. It's going to be towards the end of the year, because everything I do is always going to be a great time. It's going to be lives being changed. It's going to be inspiration for them to be their best selves, and with, like, wherever they're in the room. And that's one of the things. And also, to answer your question, yes, I am
Yes, yes.
um with the movies. So that's all the details I can give for now. but it's
Okay.
definitely going to be more information coming soon about that. But
Okay.
definitely yes.
Well, I can tell you as a writer, you seem very excited. Obviously, you're very creative.
Yes.
I can tell you that it's something how we write. Well, for me, I started writing, and then a time came I didn't want to do any more books. And people said, "Are you going to write anymore?" And I said, "No, I want to see
Yep.
what I write now."
Yep.
And it's an awesome feeling. It's
Yes.
one thing to write, but it's another thing to see your characters come to life.
Yes. Oh,
So,
you get me excited.
and I'm telling you, and I love how excited you are. How do you, if someone said, Jasmine, describe yourself to me, because you got a lot of stuff going on. Tell me, Jasmine, between writing, producing, you want to inspire other women. Where does this come from? Where does it's one thing to write, it's one thing to produce a film, but at the same time, in your writing, you like to inspire women. Why?
Well, that's actually a great question. Nobody, I haven't had this, I haven't asked this question in a while. Because as life goes on, feelings change and perceptions change. So, at first it was because I didn't get a chance. When I first got in my career field, I was seeing people that was making it out of my hometown, Toledo. If you're familiar with Toledo, Ohio,
Mhm.
it's not really many opportunities. There's no opportunity there for me per se. I'm not going to speak on other people that make things happen down there, but there wasn't much opportunity. I never fit in. I never fit in, and I used to be depressed for a very long time in my life. Um, yeah, so it's so funny because I was actually writing a startup of a book that I may do an autobiography. I may do it, just to show people that I am many things. I'm many, like, I don't want to say I'm many people, but I have many personalities. Like, but I know how to change it up and act accordingly. I don't like to say act, but be accordingly to the environment that I'm in at that
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah. So I wanted to, like, at first it was just helping the women out because I wanted women to feel beautiful, loved, and cherished. But as time went on, I want to help I'm still getting my audience that I want to inspire together because, like I said, things change as I grow. So I noticed that I helped a lot of men, boys and men, change their perceptions on their lives and change their complete lives
Okay.
completely. So
Okay.
I want to help both men and women.
Listen to the young woman talking about as you grow. Normally we wait until we 50 to say, I'm not who I used to be. I'm glad. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I grew early.
I'm happy. I'm glad that you're learning early. It's gonna make life that much better the older you get, sweetheart. So the book Divine, you're all over Instagram holding your book up. You got other people holding your book up.
You
Let's see
know.
your book, Divine.
Ah! So you know what's so great? Oh, you got the yes. I know that's right.
so
Front
for
and center.
so for those of us that don't know about Divine, give us a little bit about this story, like without giving the story away.
Yes, absolutely. So divine. Oh, it's such an amazing this book is so aspirational to me because with the guy, my main character, as me, a woman, writing from a male perspective, was like a little challenging, but not as much because I grew up around men. I was raised around a lot of men, and my mom is kind of a tomboy, but my mom is one bad hustling lady, and she go get it done.
I love
Okay,
it. I love it.
she gonna get it done. But and my dad is a hustler too. It's like
Okay.
so I got it. Like I guess that's why I'm extremely ambitious as I am. But Divine, it's about a successful entrepreneur who made it to where he is. But when he made it, he thought that life was gonna get easier. but it kind of got a little complicated when his past caught up with him because of how he made it to where he is. So he gonna do whatever to protect his empire, but he's at war with his mind and his sanity because he all he wants to be is a good person. But when somebody come against him and try to break down what he built up from the ground up, because he's from the hood, and he there, but he's polished. He knows how to speak. He knows how to talk. He knows how to get his point across without showing his hand to his opponent.
Right.
Extremely intellectual. He's an extremely intellectual, like he's everything of a man supposed to
He's
be. But
everything of a man.
yes, but he's in his head so much. So it's basically like it's psychological because we in his inner thoughts and how he move. Because you know how you fake it till you make it with confidence.
Right.
He can't fake nothing to the audience because we're in his head. So everybody looks at him as this certain type of in this certain type of way as this certain person. Um, they all talk about like how he's never gonna be anything but a buster in a suit, in a nice suit, and he's confident. But when people keep poking the bear, sometimes it makes you want to listen. But the thing about my character is he's always gonna come up on top. I actually
I
just finished book 2 last night.
Oh, congratulations. I love that. I love that because that reminds me of how I tell people, like people say, "Oh, you changed. You're so nice. Don't get me messed up. I'm just older. I talk better. I have
Exactly.
more patience, but she's still there."
Exactly. Exactly.
Where
Yes.
in the world, where did that story come from? Is that something personal? That's just what you've described. It's deep. It's different. Where did it come from?
Thank you. So basically, it's like stuff that I saw in my hometown because I did run with like I did run with the I want to say maybe the wrong crowd for me for a long time, and because my mom we grew up in a middle age household, I didn't even know like this is so crazy to say, but when I was like 16, you know how they call girls thoughts, girls that sleep around.
Right.
I didn't know the girls do that. I thought every girl was like me. But when I got out with these certain people, I started seeing what's up for real. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, wow, messing with this guy I was on and off with for I want to say like 6 years, I think. So I'm also a DV survivor. So it's like all these things that I saw, and also like I want to say I don't know. I guess just living life. Like some of the stuff is my inner monologue as well. So it's like a mixture of all those things from things that I saw outside of me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
relating to these characters, relating to people in life.
So, what's some feedback? Like, what are people saying about the book?
Oh my goodness. Oh, like my cousin. It's I call him my brother because he's my brother. He's like, "Where's book 2? You need to come on. What at the end? What happened? Who is that?" I'm like, "You gotta wait for book 2, bro. Come on!" Like he like, "You need to come out with this book." And then he got his friend talk about, "Hey, yeah, I read the book, man. That's crazy." Like I have like because like it's so great that you said it's different because I always like to think outside of the box. So with my ending, it's an extreme like it's like an extreme plot twist. And I'll also start off with attention grabbers and everything because I taught myself how to write books, so I have a certain system. And I'm a Scorpio, and I'm a perfectionist, so it's like all this stuff is put in together on how I write in my writing style. But I
Wow.
like to keep it real. But
Wow.
at the same time, I'm still gonna be authentically me, no matter who got what to say or anything. So it's just like all that stuff is just within the book.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you this. I got to give a shout out to Cyrus Webb, my publicist.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. I would have ended up messaging you this information anyway. You need to follow Cyrus, sweetheart. If
Okay.
Cyrus says that this book sounds great, and congratulations, you got somebody's attention. Top Amazon
Thank
influencer,
you.
top media show on Amazon Live. Follow Cyrus, connect with Cyrus.
Definitely.
Okay. That will be something that's a platform that could really bless you. And thank you for watching Cyrus Webb. But
Yes, thank you.
he's one of the goats. He's one of the goats.
Period.
Okay. All right. So now for you, as far as this story is very deep. I'm gonna read it for the simple fact. Anytime you can tell a story and you say that somebody's battling things with themselves, right? I know where you say you came from. I know that you're maturing and you've changed, but at any time, have you ever felt like you're battling with where you came from and now where you relocated?
Okay, that's actually an awesome question because when I say that, like, I changed, it wasn't before I got involved with the wrong people. I revolved back to who I was, and before the world told me who I was supposed to be.
Wow.
So I came out. I was confident. I didn't care about what anybody thought about me. But then I wanted to be so popular and fit in. I wanted to fit. That's all I wanted to do was fit in. But as I got older and I'm getting the look, and I'm like, man, I'm cool. Like, I'm like, oh, like, and somebody told me, like, you want. I think, I don't know if it was my dad, but he told me that I was always meant to stand out.
Wow.
So that's why I never fit in. And it's just like, it's I know everything is confidence. And that's what I move off of now. Confidence. I know that, like, I still have things to work on. I'm not perfect and I'm never going to be perfect. And I'm not going to chase that perfect image or perfect being anymore. I'm going to be Jasmine regardless. I've been through a lot in the past few years, which taught me the most, and the highest thing on my list was self-respect and honoring my needs and my values. I always knew what I wanted and I always knew where I wanted to be. It was just like the challenges that kind of like that pushed me down, but I always get back up. So when I came from my hometown, I I I have like certain traumas that I had to face that I didn't know that I had.
Okay.
But yeah, but I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Well, I see. I can feel it over here. You got good energy, sweetheart.
Oh yeah,
And
like
I love how you talk about your self-confidence, and it's definitely something that needs to be shared with other young women.
yes.
What is it that you hope with your writing
Mhm.
when you start to produce your films, as you speak, as you hold these events? What impact is it that you want to have your work to have on women, not just locally, but nationally, globally? What are you hoping they'll feel?
Ooh, I'm getting moved right now. Um, I want, I just want people just to be themselves.
To be themselves.
Like you can, no, like it was. I have affirmations that pop up on my phone, and I'm like, I just want to change the world so bad. Like, I just, like, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I want to be successful so bad just so I can help my family. Freedom is what I want. I don't care about the money and nothing like that. I care about the impact. And um, it popped up on my phone and it said, "Change the world by being yourself." And I'm like, I was like, who wrote this message to me? Who sent this?
Right,
And I'm
right.
just like, wow, like it's really that deep. Like, being yourself is the best thing that you can be because God's there. And
Oh,
he is not
sister.
going to put nothing on your heart that he doesn't see that's going to fulfill you. It's just, honestly, might sound a little crazy, but I value the challenges that I face. Like,
You
I used
do?
yeah, I actually
Okay.
like them because I feel like that like, don't get me wrong. Before, I'm just like, oh, the world, I just can't never come up. But when I just overcame the most, like, the lowest point in my life, I'm here now. Like, I'm here. I almost, well, if I'm getting personal, since we getting personal, it was a situation that happened, and my ex, we broke up. We wasn't vibing anymore. I almost lost I lost my job on the same day. I got fired on the same day that he told me he won't me no more.
Oh Lord.
Um,
Oh Lord. Okay. Talk about a bad day. Go ahead.
I was like, what is this?
Oh my goodness.
Almost lost my house, my apartment, and and they was talking about repoing my car, and what that brought out of me. is it made me, I was complacent and I was comfortable in this relationship because I wanted my career, I wanted to be successful so bad that I tried to take the easy way out and just be loved. But it still didn't work because I was extremely unhappy because I wanted him to love me in this certain type of way, but he didn't have the capacity to do that. And that's more than okay. We just wasn't meant. But what I got out of that was the best, like I always say, I've been saying lately, this was the best heartbreak I got in my life because I got this was the extreme catapult to my entire world. This was the catapult to my to extreme growth. I've never been this happy in my life. I'm in a better job. I'm focused on myself. I'm loving me, and I know what I want, and I'm attracting everything that I want, and nothing can stop me from attaining that goal that God set for me.
Have you put on your page for him to see? Look at me now. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
I blocked him.
Jasmine, this has been great, sweetheart.
Absolutely.
This has truly been great. I am looking forward to seeing all that you do. Seeing you post a video when you're about to release your film. I want to see that excitement because I know how I felt. I know how it feels to really want something, to be excited about it. I'm glad that you're excited about it. That's one of those things they say, be excited even though you don't know when the blessing coming. How you going to feel when the blessing gets here?
Exactly.
How can we, for those of us that don't know, how can we follow you?
Yes, you can follow me on Facebook at Jasmine Tilman. I'm actually going to change it to my name, Jasmine J.R. Tillman soon. Okay. My Instagram is Jasmine _ J.R. Tillman _ it's kind of long, 23. I'm not putting 23 off, sorry. Tillman, no 23. My TikTok is Jasmine Tillman. And my website is going to be launching soon where I'm going to be promoting my production coordinator services. And if you need, fees are based off of the project at hand. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be available for that. And I also want to speak about I'm still an author book tour, Atlanta book tour coming up this year. In a few months. I'm still getting things together. I'm coordinating the dates and everything, but it's going to be here. 10 stop book tour is going to be very nice. It's going to lead up into my Divine Devotions of a Boss book 2 release. Yeah. I'm talking to the people now. We're gonna have a release date for that as well. I just finished it last night, so it's gonna be in editing. So it's gonna be in a few months. But it's gonna be dope. That's gonna be downtown, and then that's gonna lead up into my the author mixer, where I'm gonna have authors and entrepreneurs come. You know, we're gonna have interviews, panels, speaking panels. You know, live speaking, and may have a celebrity guest. That's what I'm going for.
And that'll be on your page when they follow you.
Yes, and everything is going to be in the link in my bio. My website's being revised. Also have a clothing line as well that y'all can check out.
And I have that. Let's put that back on the screen because we didn't even go there, so they can't. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. You got everything. Thank you. Ooh, girl, I
love you. we try to do our best here on the Stacey Thomas Show. You know what I mean? We try to do our best and hope in turn while I'm trying to do my best that you're blessed by being on the show. And I don't want anyone to think that I left them out. Nasser, thank you. You said smart young lady. Isn't she? Talking like a 50-year-old woman that done been through some things, Nasser.
27.
27. Oh, wow. Daya, good evening, everyone. Thank you, beautiful.
Hey, lady.
And Daya says, sounds awesome. Blessings and success.
Thank you so much.
Jasmine, you take care of yourself. Please stay in touch. And I'm wishing you the very best, sweetheart.
Will do. Thank you so much. It was so great.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'll put the information up again for you all who may have missed it. You can follow her, Jasmine Tilman. She says she's going to change her name on Facebook, but look up J.R. Tilman on Instagram. And let's see another comment. Oh, thank you, Daya, for saying you're welcome, beautiful. I'm sure she'll see this. Until next time, everyone, don't stress too much about yesterday or worry too much about tomorrow. If you do, you may miss living today. And remember, If you don't catch this on YouTube or you don't have time to watch it on YouTube, on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can turn on your radio while you're riding down the road and tune into 94.1 WYD radio. And good listening. How about that? Have a great one.